What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy Scott Vlad. Today I got a different video, got the green screen behind me, but today I'm going to talk about, from a suggestion from one of my subscribers. He commented and I thought it'd be a cool video to film. So it's going to be bad weed trip stories. I have 3 of them. We're going to start with number 1, number 2, number 3, and they're all pretty similar with the paranoid aspect, so let's hop right into it. So story number 1 is called Laced in California. Alright, so actually I'm going to start with, I haven't smoked weed in 2 weeks now. I quit 2 weeks ago just because it wasn't serving me anymore. I haven't had the need to go back, so that's good. If you smoke, that's cool though. This is my stories from when I used to smoke. So yeah, Laced in California, story number 1. So I went to go visit my aunt in California and her son. He was 16 at the time, I was 19. And I was like, okay, cool, we're going to go to, she lives in Sacramento. So went to Sacramento, chilled with her for like a few days there. Then we went to Hawaii for a week, then we came back and then chilled in California for another week. So the first few days, I think we smoked like a few days in. My cousin's like, yo, you smoke? And I was like, yeah, I do. And he's like, yeah, okay, so let's smoke together. So the first time was cool. We smoked, it was good weed. I got super high. I was with like 4 16-year-olds and we went and saw a movie or whatever. Then we went to Hawaii, came back, and then a few days before I ended up flying back to where I live in Canada, we smoked again. He was gonna have a little party. Okay, he was gonna be 6 or 7 16-year-olds, and that's what his mom said he could have in the house. So she went out to her boyfriend's place. They were chilling, whatever, and it ended up being like 20, 30 fucking 16-year-olds around that age in the house, and I'm 19. So I'm like, okay, let's party, whatever. As long as she doesn't find out, that's cool. It still had me a little on the edge though. So I think I drank like 2 airplane vodka bottles, just chugged them to try and impress their younger friends, whatever. And then I smoked a little joint at their house. But they were like rolling like fucking, they had no respect. None of them had respect. They were rolling their joints on like our cutting board in our bathroom, everywhere. It wasn't a good experience, that part. Or any of it really. So then as more people started showing up, we were like, okay, let's go to an abandoned mine. I guess it was like the entrance to an abandoned mine, and it's up the road. So we were walking up the hill. And because he lives in like the hills in like Sacramento, so it's not much traffic going on. So we're going up there. We're like 20, 30 of us. We took in a few trips so people wouldn't notice that we're fucking some whack shit. And we ended up just chilling at, I don't even know, it was dark. It was like an abandoned mine kind of shaft place. So we're sitting, there's like 8 of us sitting around a like this circle ledge thing, and then it was about maybe like 6, 7 feet off the ground. So we all climbed in it, or our group, and the bong was getting passed around. I didn't know what was in the bong. I'm assuming it was just weed, right? I think it was a really big crystal hit. So there's a lot of crystals in it, and I didn't know, I wasn't ready for it. And at the time I was a stoner. It's just I was in California. I wasn't smoking that much when I was there, obviously, the 2 times. So in this, I smoke it. Once I hit it, I get super hot. So I basically greened out, I would say, and got super paranoid and tripped out. And I fall like right on the ground, I just hit the ground. I'm like, oh, I felt good right away. I was like, but like kind of too much. And I'm like, oh, they're like, yo, you okay? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I was fucked up. And I thought I was laced at that point. I was like, shit, maybe there was something in there. Maybe they put fentanyl. And I guess that was the thing. I was like, everything's gonna be laced with fentanyl. It wasn't, but. So I ended up just like chilling for now. And then I think we chilled there maybe for like 10, 15 more minutes till we went back. We didn't want to get cops called on us or whatever. And I thought, like, there's one dude, he got his shorts cut off by some barbed wire from hopping one of the fences because it was blocked off by barbed wire. I thought he just cut his penis off. Like, that's what I was looking at him and I was like, what's going on? Everything was freaking me out because they're younger. They're getting like, they're freaking me out, making me more paranoid just from their kid shit, whatever it was. And I was like, oh no, his dick just cut off. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, what's going on? Am I in hell or whatever? And then that was fine, whatever. But then on the walk home, so we're going downhill. There was about 3 or 4 other dudes that smoked, I guess, from the bong that had kind of side effects from it and got paranoid. One dude's like, we've been laced. I do not feel good. And they kept repeating the same shit. The people that are saying it. One dude's saying like random ass numbers. He's like 4532. He's like saying words like okay. He's like 4532, 1452, 189, and he's just saying random numbers. So I'm just getting tripped the fuck out. And then like, yeah, another dude, I think he was saying, we've been laced. I don't feel good. And the 4 of us were walking in like a diamond formation. I was at like the side, and one dude in the front, and the other dudes were all laughing at us. They're all walking behind us or in front of us. We're walking down the hill, and they're laughing because we're in diamond formation. We're like zombies just walking down this hill. in like we were synced, like our energy was synced. There was the four of us, we were connected, we were all like synergy, and we were connected, and just walking down this hill, like super paranoid, but like zombies. Then when we got back to the house, they were still saying the same shit, they were freaked out. And I was freaked out, so then I went back to the room I was staying in my aunt's house. I was looking up, I was looking at my phone, fentanyl, symptoms of if you've been laced, and I was like, oh shit, my nails are blue, my eyes are, they weren't though, obviously, I was just like, imagining it, and then I was like, shit, I don't want to die today, I don't want to die in California. So I called the cops. I'm like, hey, I think I've been laced with fentanyl in California or whatever. And then my cousin saw me calling when I ended up, because I had to get his address. He's like, no, you're not calling the cops. He's like, no. And they all ran off until the cops left, and they came back. And the cops showed up. It was a van ambulance, and a cop. The cop looks at me, flashes. He's like, no, you're just fucked up. That was it. And I was like, I instantly got relieved. And I was like, oh, so I haven't been laced? I'm not going to die? He's like, no. So then whatever. I slept it off. That was basically that story. It was so scary though. And in the morning, the other dudes, or no, actually when those dudes started sobering up, they were like, nah dude, we were good. Yeah, it was a little high. And I was like, you freaked me the fuck out. From just, you can't say that we've been laced with, freaks me out. That was the one story, okay? It was an experience, and after every single one of these trip experiences, I've been like, okay, I'm gonna quit weed. I can't keep smoking. So at the same time, it could have been like the universe being like, yo, Scott, you gotta quit weed. You're paranoid. You get paranoid, it's not serving anywhere. But that was that story. Story number two, right? Kidnapped by a paramedic. That's the story. Story number two is kidnapped by a paramedic. So I was smoking, my buddy's place that lives in the same complex as me, a hallway down. We used to smoke most nights. But this one night, I guess it was different. So it was basically right away. I smoked a toke, and then I think I smoked another one, and I started feeling off. I was like, yo, dude, I don't feel good. I feel sick, just like how I felt in California. I think that's how it was, in the order. I think this is chronological order, within a year. And, so that's how it was. I just started right away. I was like, I don't feel good. So I gotta go. It was raining outside. I put on my flip-flops I had. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, because I wasn't gonna go anywhere, but it was a little cold and rainy out. And I'm kicking through the puddles. I'm like, feeling dead. I'm like, oh shit, no, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And then I call the ambulance right away. I'm like, hey, I think I've been laced, or I don't feel good, I'm high off weed, whatever. And I swear, every time I called the cops, the voice is the same. The operator on the 911 person is always the same. It's this girl, high-pitched, squeaky voice. And I was like, yo, it's the same person that's answering California here and in the place that I was in the next story. Didn't make sense, but that also tripped me out too. And once I got outside the ambulance, they were going to meet me at the end of the complex, which I live in. So I met them, hopped in, and they were going to drive me to the hospital for that. Just check on me. They hooked me up to the heartbeat and just to check everything, make sure I was good. They said I was good, I think. So then, on my way, my mom calls me. She's like, hey Scott, the ambulance is at our house. I'm like, Mom, the ambulance, I'm in the ambulance. I was like, they're not at the house. And she's like, yes they are. She meant the cops. So that tripped me out even more. And then the paramedic's like, you know where you are, right? And the way they act is so suspicious. And I was like, I'm being kidnapped. I was like, am I being kidnapped? And I thought I was going to be taken in like some, because you can't see out the window when you're in the ambulance. I was going to be taken to some underground hospital, and I thought the ambulance was a fake ambulance, and it was a company that kidnaps people through listening to the radio frequency of the cops, whatever, and they're like, we're going to get this kid before the real ambulance does. But it was just the cops, and my mom started letting her know what happened, I guess. And then the ambulance was taking me to the hospital near me. So when I get in the hospital, I'm just chilling for a little bit. I'm freaking out. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm like shaking. I'm like tripping out in there. Then they give me some water. I think that's what it was. Because then after, they're like, here, drink some of this. I'm like, okay. I drink it, and I instantly calmed right the fuck down. And I was like, yo, why do I feel so calm now? They're like, it's magic juice. And I was like, can't you just fucking tell me what it is? Like, is it water? Like, why did I feel so calm? Did they put something in my... That tripped me out too, obviously. But I was getting more calm. And then all I remember after that was getting up to go get more water. As I was in like a waiting room, I go to sit back down. I don't remember. I just think I just blacked out after that. I fell asleep because I was tired or something. And I woke up. My pants were wet. I hope that was water. I don't think it was piss. And then the nurse is like yelling at me. She's like, you can get out now. You're good. You can get out. That was that story. It's pretty quick, but it was a long fucking time. Each of these stories, like, it was dragged on. It was... felt like an eternity, just in those same things. And I feel like it was because I never got much sleep before these trip experiences. I don't think any of them I had much sleep. The first one was probably jet lag. The second one was, I think I stayed up a day. And the third one, same thing, I think. So, that was that. And third story is called, Are You Trying to Kill Me? So this one I actually lost a friend for. I mean, it meant to happen then. So my one buddy, we used to smoke all the time. He was the first person I actually started smoking weed with. And keep in mind, all these stories, I'm like 19. Drinking age, legal drinking age, I think, yeah, from 19 or 20. And I'm 22 now, almost 23, so keep that in mind. So he moved, I guess, like 40, 50 minutes away from the city I live in. So we made a whole day trip, and then I was going to go stay the weekend at his place. So he drove, so I had no way to get home. So on the way up, we went to visit one family that's in this city. But we were eating like gummy bears, and I thought later in the trip that those gummy bears, I was like, no, I noticed, I was like, nobody else ate many of them. I ate all of them. So they could have been like weed gummy bears that they're trying to seduce, trying to fucking lace me with them, even though I didn't know they were weed. I don't know. I came up with that trip story, and it was a whole ordeal. I was gonna go to the cops and be like, yo, I'm gonna think he's trying to murder me. But so then we ended up going to his place. We're chilling, we're having a good day. The first day of the weekend, I think it was like a Friday, Thursday or Friday or something. And then later in the night, his parents go out to just chill somewhere, I think at their friend's place. And then it's me, him, and his two younger brothers. So we're in his garage, which we used to go smoke in. And we were smoking. And then I think, same thing, it just kicks in. I get paranoid after a toke or two, or like after whatever toke I was doing, number 50, whatever it was in that day. And I started feeling paranoid. And he was a carpenter, so he had like these new tools. He was getting new things. I was like, he's gonna murder me. And his brothers, they were acting a little sus. They were acting a little suspicious. They were like, we're gonna gut you like a fish tonight. He had this sickle type knife and these knives. Yeah, they usually joked a little bit like that, but it was getting like almost too serious. I was fucking paranoid. And then as the night kept going on, I was like, okay, shit, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. His one younger brother got a new car. Like an old fucking junk scrap car that he was gonna try and fix, but I was like, yo, it's not registered. So they're gonna like kill me in the car, and I was wearing my buddy's clothes because I was a little cold, and then nobody's gonna recognize me when I'm dead. And it was all going through my mind. Obviously, everything made logic, but it didn't make sense when I look back at it. And what was it? We ended up going for a walk. So we go into the forest nature area walk near his house, and as we start walking, I'm like, no, I'm not ready to die. His brother has like a suspicious bag. I'm like, what's in the bag? He's like, oh, it's just a bottle of pop. I was like, no, that's not it. There's the weapon in there. They got gloves, they got sanitizer spray and all that shit. They're gonna kill me and hide my body or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. His one brother was bringing like a dead plant, and he's like, yeah, this is for your memorial. And I was like, what the fuck? It's not helping me. So I'm like, dude, I don't feel good. I feel sick. I start walking the opposite way up towards the main road. And they're like, what's going on? And they could see I was got on the phone to call the cops. So then they just went back in the house, whatever. And I'm like, hey, I think my friends are trying to kill me. Like, yeah, we smoked weed, and I think my friend and his brothers are trying to kill me. Same voice again. They start walking, they say start walking the road, and I walk like a few kilometers. It was the longest few kilometers. I called back the cops like 3 times, like, yes, we're coming, we're on the way. So I met them at the cops at the gas station up the road. They drove me back to his place to get whatever I had, and then they drove me home. Or halfway home, and then my mom met me. But in the cop car, even, I swear I could only move forward. Like, there's something in the cop car that made me only look forward with the, like, lights in it or something. I don't know. So those are my main 3 trip stories before the drug-induced psychosis that I had last year, which was the biggest trip story, obviously, because I was addicted to all, like, smoking Xanax, laced weed. I did acid, staying up days in a row. So that was the biggest trip that caused the psychosis. But those are my main 3 trips that I remembered that I kept saying after, I'm gonna quit weed. And I quit for about 4 or 5 days, and I was like, no, I gotta go back. But let me know your trip stories down in the comment below, whether it be weed or psychedelics. I'd love to hear them. Thank you for the, I don't remember his name, but the person that commented suggesting I post my trip stories. Greatly appreciate it. This was fun to film. Maybe I'll have some cool background on the green screen, I don't know. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm sending you all peace, love, and happiness. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, click, and comment, like I said, down below. I'm Scott Vlad. I'm out of here. Peace.